Good morning, everybody. I'm from Desert Board, and I'm going to tell you about Desert Board. To begin with, there is a global issue with building materials, a massive global issue, and the construction industry contributes to roughly about 40% of that, as you heard earlier. 9% of that comes from building materials. So we need a solution. And we live in the desert, so it's kind of difficult. But we have come up with a solution. Now, this journey started in 1997, and we're making the world's first and only palm strand board. It's the first wooden board made from the date palm fronds. It's a technology that we've been working on for a very long time, and it's manufactured here in the UAE in Kizad. The boards we manufacture are high in strength. They reach an OSB 3 level strength. OSB stands for Orient Strand Board, which they build prefabricated housing out of in North America, in Europe, and sometimes it goes to OSB 4. If we play with the recipe a bit, and it's biodiversity positive, meaning that we don't cut down any trees. On the contrary, we allow the date palm tree to continue to grow and flourish, and to capture carbon naturally through photosynthesis. So we are enabling the circular economy because we're taking nature-based waste and turning that into a value-add product, a high value-add product. So I'm going to tell you how it's made. We collect the pruned date palm fronds from the farms, from the different municipalities, from different areas. We put it through our manufacturing process. Our factory is 50,000 square meters. We have a press, which is what they call in the industry a continuous press, which is about 3 stories high and 20 meters long. The line itself is about, 300 meters long. And we produce PSB for different applications, for interior applications, for making beams, I-beams, for making shuttering boards, doors, and for making prefabricated houses, which we have done in the past. And at the end of the board's use, you can take it out, put it back in, and make more board from it. We've done this in the Index exhibition last year, and in many other exhibitions, because they build exhibition stands from our boards. And they're giving it back to us because it's a short-time use. And we put it back in, and we made more boards from it. PSB's unique characters. Well, to begin with, the board is formaldehyde-free. So a lot of what is being sold here, unfortunately, in this region, is full of formaldehyde. Formaldehyde comes out of the glues that are used to bind the different particles in the board together, and we have taken a decision not to use any formaldehyde. So your indoor air quality is pretty good. You can actually meet well building certification by using our boards. The board, as I said, is a carbon sink. So for each cubic meter of board used, you're capturing 401 kilo CO2 equivalent. Now that was done on a study about a year and a half ago. Our production capacity has gone up, so that number has probably doubled, if not tripled, which is pretty high. We can make fire-rated doors. We can even make doors. Our boards have got great screw-holding capabilities. So when you make a door, you have to lip it with solid wood. With our boards, you don't need to do that. You put the screws straight in, and you can't put it out. It's got acoustic properties. It's got thermal properties, very high thermal properties, and it's got moisture resistance. Yeah. And as I said, great for construction. We have made I-beams from our boards, which we've been using for casting concrete on some of the ECC sites. And also we've been using it to make shuttering boards for casting concrete. We've also built houses with these, which are in our factory, show houses, and we're looking to build more houses from this. So these are the applications. As I said, it's a natural carbon sink. It's through photosynthesis. The tree captures carbon, turns it into, it's CO2, turns it into carbon, and it's stored. We can make, as I said, fire-rated doors, furniture, building houses. We've made parquet flooring from it, formwork shuttering, site hoarding. And how does desert board contribute to the circular economy? Well, in the past, they used to take the date palm fronds and they used to build houses from it. They called them barasti houses. With modern construction, that's gone out the window. Now, all of these fronds that are cut down, because you have to cut down 7 to 14 fronds a year, all these fronds are now burnt or buried. If they're burnt, they release CO2 into the atmosphere. If they're buried, they take up land mass. And they take decades to decompose. So we're taking that and making, as I said, a value-added product through our patented process, our patented factory. And we're using the dust that is generated while processing the fronds. We're using that to generate more electricity to run the factory, run the press, run the dryers. When the board is finished, when they're finished with it, they can bring it back, and it can be recycled to make more boards from it. So there you see, starting from nature and then continuing the circular economy. So yeah. This is an installation in the Dubai Design District that was put up in the middle of November 2023. It's been through a number of storms, it's been through a number of high winds, and it's still standing. Just a testament to the strengths that the boards that we manufacture here have, what they possess. So by using the boards, the PSB, palm strand boards, you're actually contributing to a net zero built environment. You're decarbonizing the construction environment. And it really pushes that agenda to decarbonize the built environment. It meets all the goals in the Paris Climate Agreement. It does so by not cutting down any trees. And this is an issue that we're going to have. If we're going to start going into mass timber structures, we need trees. And you've got to cut down the trees. Trees can't capture any more carbon. And it's one of the protocols set out in the Paris Climate Agreement. They have to reduce the number of trees that's cut down. So here we're doing something from a nature-based byproduct and making a high-value, high-strength board with its strength to weight ratio is actually pretty good. So it's lightweight and it's got a high strength. How does this fit into this environment, you'll ask? Well, they're using this to build prefabricated houses. You can actually use our boards to make your asset, if it is a building, you can increase the size of the asset without having to improve the soil foundations because it is lightweight. And it is a huge, this will last for hundreds of years. Here's an example of where it's used in Jameel Arts Centre on the creek. So I'd like to invite you to come and see our booth. We have our booth over here. If you're here tomorrow at the Index exhibition, please come visit us at Index. And we would be more than happy to tell you more about our PSB boards. This is something that I'm incredibly proud of because it's being manufactured here locally in the UAE. It's using a raw material from this region, and it's the first of its kind in the world. Thank you very much. If you want to scan and learn more about it, you can.